Cincinnati's sports show, Red Spring Training on Fox 19 Now Plus.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Danneman. He is Jeremy Rao, and we are live outside of Goodyear Ballpark in Goodyear, Arizona for Red Spring Training. This is Cincinnati Sports Show live at Red Spring Training. We're going to do this tonight. We're going to do it Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Going to bring you some of our best interviews, some of our best video, and our top 3 observations from the day, which was today. Day 1 of Reds full team workouts here in Goodyear, Arizona. I'm excited for this show.
Yeah.
You're going to hear from Elly De La Cruz, Terry Francona, Eugenio Suarez, and TJ Friedl as well, who had one of the best quotes, I thought, of the day on day 1 of the full team here in Arizona.
I love this, Joe, because if you're one of those watching right now who thought, okay, I saw clips on social media, 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, and it's hard to kind of take it all in, you can just relax, settle in right now with us, because we've got all the goods, the raw interviews you need to see from day 1 coming up right here on Cincinnati Sports Show live at Red Spring Training. Here's the video to start the show, though, and I want to talk about Terry Francona. He talked about feeling pressure last year. You saw him, yawning at times, sighing at times here on day 1. It was kind of cool to see because you could just tell he's more relaxed, more settled in, and there are expectations for this team, but I think less pressure is good for one Mr. Terry Francona. A lot of talk about the newcomer, Eugenio Suarez, of course. He's been here before, but coming back now, the fans are excited. Some yelling on day 1 here with us. How about 50 home runs? How about 60 home runs for Gino? Obviously, he had 49 last year. It is possible at Great American Ballpark. Elly De La Cruz, the star shortstop, always a big talker. We'll talk about him a lot in the show, but let's start with this. TJ Friedl, when we had a chance to talk with him about expectations and what this team should be accomplishing this year. You talked about goals for this team and it being time now. Does that mean that this team can win a division, can advance in the playoffs? Are those things in your head right now?
Absolutely. I think they should be in everybody's head. I think we have the team to do it, and I don't think the goal should be to make the playoffs. That's not our goal anymore. Our goal is to win a World Series, to win the division, put ourselves in the best possible situation going into the playoffs, to line up the guys we have to line up and go win a World Series.
All right, so let's get to our observations from day 1. These are my 3, and I think healthy change is important for Elly De La Cruz and Sal Stewart. Elly has added about 12 pounds. You will see the muscle mass on his biceps when you see him in person. Sal Stewart dropped 26 pounds, very trim. On second thought is my second point, and it's Spencer Steer already working in tandem with Matt McLain at second base. I found that interesting. And also this, TJ Friedl talking about how Terry Francona has empowered him to be the player he needs to be, talking about last year in a very important conversation when Tito told TJ Friedl, basically, make it a point to get on base 2 times a game. You are our leadoff guy. Go be that guy. I think it's a very important thing about a Hall of Fame manager empowering players, Joe, to be themselves.
And I think roles matter, and TJ Friedl now understanding his role in Cincinnati as one of the core pieces of a team that expects to get back to the playoffs this year. By the way, are all 12 pounds for Elly De La Cruz in his biceps?
Yes.
His arms look massive compared to what they were. Okay, now on to my 3 top observations. Number 1 is let it Burns. Chase Burns, Brandon Williamson, and Rhett Lauder are in this competition to see who can be the Reds' 5th starter. I'm calling it today. Chase Burns is the guy. He looks different. He looks different than the other 2. Now, Brandon Williamson had a good point. He said it might be the best competition at Red Spring Training to see who's going to be the 5th starter. Nah, it's got to be Chase Burns. The upside is too high. Second guessing. I spoke with Terry Francona today, and the Reds manager told me he wants Matt McLain to be their number 2 hole hitter. That's an important spot. We know TJ Friedl's leadoff. We know Elly's batting 3rd. Who's going to be at second? I don't want to give that to Matt McLain just yet. Even if he has a monster spring, I think I need to see it in the regular season before I believe Matt McLain should be the number 2 guy, even though that should be his profile. And number 3, Salbert. Not only is it the best nickname in camp, that Sal Stewart, people are saying, is such a good hitter. They're comparing him to Albert Pujols. We're not going to go that far. But people want to be around him. He's a young guy. This team is built on young players. His energy, his aura, his vibes, guys like him. They want to be around him. To me, that's been a fun observation to see a young player with that kind of pull early in camp.
So let's talk about this now. We're going to get to Terry Francona in just a second, but a couple of things to bounce off of Joe and your point about Chase Burns. I agree 100%. There was a point today when he thought he had a big-name player struck out, and it was foul tips, and Chase Burns used a certain word in frustration because he wants it so bad. He's competing so hard. Think about this. They showed up a week or so ago, and he's already that locked in. I agree with you on that. As far as Matt McClain and the two-hole, we'll see. I think Spencer Steer is the guy I would like there. But again, back to the point of how Terry Francona empowers players. He is trying to put that on McClain, not as a heavy weight of expectation, but in kind of one of those things that this is who you could be. This is who you are. We want you to go be that guy. I think that's where it starts.
I think back to last year when Terry Francona was in his first season as the Reds manager, and I spoke to him the day of the team's first full team workout, and he said he was really nervous about what he would say to address the team. Look, he comes in here with the World Series rings and all the success and how many wins he has over his career. What, he's over 2,000 wins right now in his career as a manager. Now he has his feet wet in Cincinnati. Now the expectations are a little bit different. So that was part of our conversation with him today. We spoke one-on-one with Reds manager Terry Francona, his second year here in Cincinnati, about expectations, about pressure, and about Matt McClain and where he stands with this team as they open camp.
You know, the message, the way we feel about the game never changes. I think sometimes the messaging does, just depending on where you think the ball club is or the age, or, you know, and the message is kind of like, hey, let's go. Like, we tasted it last year, let's go. And I think they understand. I mean, they showed up really proud of the way they showed up. And we just try to always be honest. I try not to make anything up and just tell them how I feel.
When you say let's go, you mean we arrived last year, we got the playoffs, there's more.
There has to be. And regardless of what your payroll is or what your market size is, you got to go toe-to-toe with some of these teams. Okay, let's go. Like, I think we have guys that think we can do that.
They got the taste last year in Milwaukee of the celebration. They also got the taste of going to L.A. and getting beat by the world champs. What do you want them to hold on to more?
Both. I want them to remember how good it felt to pop champagne, because it's important. I want them to also remember 3 days later we got sent home before we wanted to go home and how much that hurts. And I want them to remember both.
For you personally, did you feel any pressure last year?
Yeah. I think I put too much on myself early on, and that's not a good way to go about it. I feel way more comfortable this year, and I think that's a good thing. It doesn't mean we're going to back off, far from it, but I think I have a better feel, certainly for our guys, as we should, because we've been here. But I don't think it's any big deal. I love this group. You know, I want to see us get better, yeah, but I love this group. You talk to them and you ask them to do something, and they try to do it.
You've accomplished so much in baseball. Why do you think you put pressure on yourself?
Because I knew there were some expectations when I came here, but then when it gets down to it, that's why I love getting into the grind of the season. You get all the firsts out of the way. You know, that first game is always overreaction and you got a whole day off. You got to sit through it. You'd think after all these years of doing it, I would understand it a little better. I don't.
This group, obviously the young core is another year older, but you also have some great additions that have come in the bullpen. Eugenio Suarez is back. Do you feel like this group has a chance to be even better than you were last year?
That's the idea. We have to. I think our bullpen has a chance to be much deeper, which I think is really good. You know, getting Gino here obviously doesn't just send a good message to everybody, but it gives us a presence in the middle of the order that is really needed and should really be helpful.
What was your reaction when you found out that Eugenio was coming back?
I was just getting on I-10 leaving Tucson. And I told Nick, I said, I'm going to get out and run up. Obviously, I didn't do that. But I also called Bob and told him, I say, man, you need to know how much we appreciate this. And I said, I just wanted you to know, because it was meaningful. I mean, I was getting calls and texts from the coaches. Everybody was fired up.
You mentioned it. It's not just the production, it's the presence. How much do you think his presence can help this?
It helps the guys in front and behind, lengthens out your order. And the other thing is when he's not hot, you don't have to panic. Because last year we were kind of moving guys that were hot, trying to put them in that spot. Then they'd get beat up a little bit, and you're worried about developing. We're not developing Gino. He's here to help us win. And like I said, when he doesn't hit, he will. So you don't worry.
You talk about spring and you talk about roles, Terry. It seems like still trying to find who's going to be the right person to hit number 2 in your batting order. Is that something you're going to be looking at all throughout spring training?
Yeah, I mean, truth be told, if McLean can handle it, to my opinion, it works out the best for our lineup. I got a little stubborn, I think, last year just because I believe in him so much. And it's hard in spring training to make decisions like it really is. But if he's capable and doing what he can do, I think our lineup sets up really well.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned him because he's a guy that a lot of people have really high expectations for. Last year was hard. Coming back from the injury, the shoulder recovery, do you feel like Matt McLean has a runway here to play the kind of baseball you know he can play?
Yeah, I do. And the good part was he still played really good baseball last year. Ran the bases, he played defense, he wasn't throwing helmets, he wasn't having tantrums. And that's part of why I think we were so patient. But there's a better hitter in there, and I think he knows that.
Co-sign, agree on Matt McLean, even though I said earlier in the show, I'm not sure I want him hitting second right now.
Yeah.
But that's, again, where he profiles with his position, with his size, with his speed, with the contact. He's got to strike out a lot less this year. That has to be the number one change we see from Matt McLean in 2026. But I think he needs to earn his spot to go back up to number 2. And again, I don't think he can do that just here at spring training. I think we need to see it the first month of the season to not put that kind of pressure on him to be the one breaking up TJ Friedl and Elly De La Cruz. Another question I asked to Terry Francona that didn't make it on that interview was when I asked about the idea of taking a next step. He said, last year with this young core and the way things worked out at the end of the season, it felt like we were just trying to survive. He said the new tagline this year is survive and thrive, okay? And thrive would be the next step, that they should be competing for a National League Central title, that they can be there with the Brewers and the Chicago Cubs as one of the teams that can win this and not just squeak in like they did last year, but thrive in 2026 and be a team that does damage in the playoffs.
I love this Monday messaging, team meeting thing from Terry Francona. Year 2 for Terry here in Cincinnati, and it's just, the message is different from a soon-to-be Hall of Fame manager. It's no offense to managers of years past, Brian Price and David Bell, but when Terry Francona steps into that room and speaks, I think it does carry different water for these guys. And so to have that kickoff message and telling the guys today, it's time, let's go. You're no longer young. Maybe some of you are, but it's time for you to mature into that next level team. And that's a team that can win in the postseason and really make a run and possibly, as players will tell you, try to win a championship. Now turning to Elly De La Cruz. And I think one of the best quotes of the day actually came from Sal Stewart's, who talked with us about Rookie of the Year and all that stuff. But he said Elly De La Cruz is must-see TV. And it's great to see a guy who's not a whole lot younger than Elly, but still kind of looking up to Elly, seeing what he can be. A lot of expectations on him, of course, trying to be a 3-time All-Star this year, but much more, including MVP. And today we talked with Elly De La Cruz.
Yeah, when you well prepared and you got some, too skinny. I wasn't too skinny, but like that. You don't get as tired when you're not ready, you're gonna get tired sooner. So that's because you gotta work so hard in the off season, so you don't get that.
So you said last year when we talked to you here at spring training that you wanted to play all 162 games. You did that. Now you have seen it. Do you think that was a mistake to try to play them all? Is that something you don't want to do this year?
I don't think that was a mistake. I would like to play again 162. That's one of my goals.
You did it. Did you feel like you started to wear down at all, and that's why you decided to bulk up and help yourself if you want to play every game?
Yeah, at some point of the season, I get tired a little bit. That's why I decided to put some weight, so I get ready this year.
Okay, this team got a taste last year of winning, celebrating in Milwaukee, going to the playoffs. Is that step one of what you guys hope is another step this year to maybe win a division or advance in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's one of our goals. Like last year, we did it for a little bit. We celebrate, put up some champagne. Now we know. Now I know how that feels like. So we want more of that. So we're gonna put some work together, and I think we got a chance.
What did you take away from Tito's speech this morning?
He always speaks good. He always say good thing. He just motivating us and telling us the thing right how it is.
What's motivating you this year?
Every time my family motivated me a lot. Coming from last year, we make the playoffs. We get eliminated in the first round. We don't want that again. We want to keep going because we know we can do it.
You've made the All-Star game twice. You've led the league in stolen bases. You've hit a lot of home runs. When you look to this year, what's the next level to Elly De La Cruz's game? What do you want to take to the next level?
Like I say, I just want to be ready to go out there every single day. I just want to be healthy, and the other thing can happen. It's gonna happen because I know what I got, but I just want to be healthy the whole year.
It's not home runs. It's not stolen bases. It's not all-star games. It's just being healthy.
I mean, I do want to be in the All-Star game, but I just want to be healthy.
We asked Gino about his first impressions on the field with you. What are some of yours of Gino playing together?
Yeah, he's a happy man. Always happy, always smiling. I like the way he play. He play the game to the right way, and I love that he's here with us now.
Last year, go ahead.
You've never had a cleanup hitter like Gino behind you. Will that change your year, you think?
Yeah, it will help. He will protect me more, and I think we can do some damage together.
You guys got in the playoffs last year as a wild card. Should this team be thinking about winning the National League Central?
Yeah, all day. That's our goal this year, and I think we can do it. We got a great team, and we just gotta stay together and just keep going.
Do you think this team is better than last year's?
Yeah, I believe so.
Why do you think so?
We got the communication was there last year. We got a great communication. We got some important pieces this year that I think that can help this year.
You're still such a young player. A lot of the guys on this team who are the best players are young players. Do you still look at yourself as a young player, or is it time for you, McClain, Hunter, everybody else to take the step and be the guy that helps this team win a division title?
Yeah, I mean, somebody got to do it, and it doesn't matter who it is. We just got to do it. We just got to compete, and like you say, take the game to the next level and help the team to win the division and any championship.
Okay, some thoughts.
Yeah, what do you got
on Elly before you jump
Go
in
ahead.
there? The first one would be that he says he wants to play 162 games again. That is not going to happen in 2026.
No.
I asked him if that was a mistake. He said it wasn't a mistake, and I get what he's saying, right? He's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
If he's available and willing and able, you want him to play every single day. It didn't work out well. He needs to get about 5 to 7 days off to keep him fresh throughout the rest of the season. And the idea of putting on the weight, I asked him after the interview, I said, so what, did you eat a lot? Did you lift a lot? He said, I did everything I could to put on weight. Again, 12 pounds might not seem like a lot. He looks completely different in his upper half.
It was striking when we walked into the clubhouse this morning. You mentioned it first. And then I had a chance to see Elly's arms and thought, oh my goodness, did he gain 50 pounds of muscle? And it wasn't that much, obviously, but he's one of those, we talked about it already, it was just striking to see him, Sal Stewart losing the weight. Christian Encarnacion Strand lost some weight as well, trimmed down. So they're just a healthy mindset, I think, for a lot of guys, and that's a good thing. But I was thinking about listening to Elly and just this lineup and why there is reasonable excitement for this team because, TJ Friedel off the top, let's just say, let's say Matt McClain's a little better this year, right? Hopefully. And then you think about Elly and Gino and just the other guys. I'll just name some names: Spencer Steer and Noelvi Marte, who had a pretty darn good last year as well, promised for sure, and the amount of time he did play. And so you start thinking about this lineup, how dangerous it can be. You think about the rotation and the depth there. We talked about Chase Burns, probably that fifth guy, but they're just in such a better spot this year. But the biggest thing that they did in the offseason is absolutely no secret. And talking with the players today, TJ Friedel told me, we knew the front office meant business when they spent extra money to bring in Eugenio Suarez. I mean, they were looking on social media. Texts were going everywhere around the team. It wasn't just you, the fans, seeing this happen. There's real excitement here, Joe. And we had a chance to talk with Eugenio Suarez today about all the excitement, obviously being back in Cincinnati and trying to win a title. Hey, Eugenio, you have fans over here to your left, and earlier fans are yelling at you, how many home runs can you hit? Can you hit 50 home runs? Throwing out wild numbers at you. You're aware the expectations are very high. What is that like for you to hear that already in spring training?
I mean, it makes me excited. They expect a lot from me, and that's a good challenge for me. I don't want to throw the number over there, but I just want to be healthy and help my team. I know what I can do, but throwing a number right now is too much for me. I know what I can do. I trust in myself, but it's really funny when you hear people yelling at me and say that I'm gonna hit 60 home run in Cincinnati or 50 or whatever. It's very funny, and I take it seriously. They believe in what I can do, and that means a lot for me. And it's awesome. And to hear that, it's pushed me, and I just want to do it for them too. But throw a number right now is too early.
Coming off a season where you're top 5 in baseball in RBI and home runs, you don't want to throw a number out. You said that. But what are the expectations you're putting on yourself this season? What do you want to do?
I just want to have a good, healthy year, try to help my team win games. I'm not come here to be a superhero. It's not about me. It's just, came here and do my best for the team. Win games is more important right now. And like I say, I trust in myself. I know what I can do in it. And I expect a really good season, not only for me, but for the whole organization of Cincinnati.
Terry Francona said that the middle of the lineup needed something. They needed a guy like Gino to come in and beef it up a little bit. How nice is it for you to hear that from Terry Francona, to come in here to understand that you are such a big boost for this team?
It means a lot, coming from him, he expects a lot as well. So I came in here for the reason, I just, like I say, I want to help my team. I want to do it really well. I want to do it well. I believe in what I can do. I trust in myself, and I will put in my 100% every day that Terry give me the opportunity to play, and I will help my team. I will give it the 100% and do my best. Even different, whatever he need me, I will do my 100%. And at the middle of the lineup is going to be something special for me. Having Elly in front of me, those guys can't speed. It make me easy because I know with the if I got Elly and first base and I hit on the gap or double, it's going to be a score easy for me. So that's something that I've been thinking about it, and be part of this lineup for me is something that I'm excited for.
What is it about Cincinnati, that want you to come back here? The players here love it. The vibes, like you say, they're always good here. What is it about Cincinnati that people just love playing?
I mean, Cincinnati is different, man. It's a queen city. You call for a reason, right? And came back and see all my family. It's something that Cincinnati always has something in my heart. And came back and be part of this special group and do something not only for us but for the city. They really deserve a championship, and this is our goal. From the beginning of the season, from the beginning of spring training, we just think about win the World Series, and that's something that I push us to doing it really well. And be back for me is special. I have Cincinnati was when I building my career, when I came here in 2015, I wasn't nothing, and I built my career, and now I'm the guy who they looking for, you know, and see the people excited for me came back. It made me feel very good.
This year, of course, like you said, the people, they talk about the home runs for you, and that's, you know, the pizzazz with your game. But what is something that, for a team that just made the playoffs last year and got out before they wanted to, lost quickly, what is something beyond just the home runs that you want to bring to the team?
Man, the you know, experience is a lot for us. You know, like you say, they taste already the playoff, but we want the next step. We want to go the next step, and that's got to be our goal. I came here to tell everybody that we have to trust in each other. We got to play each other and play hard every day and try to win, not just make a playoff. It's not about just make the playoff. We got to have a mentality where we had a team to compete not only for a playoff but for the championship, you know, and that's got to be our mentality signed today. Like you got to think, you got to think about. We had a really good team. We got a really good staff. They're gonna help us to be better every day, and you just got to go out over there and take it. Take the winners and stay in the fight and see what happens at the end of the season.
Really good stuff from Eugenio Suarez. I just got to say, you can't see it right now watching us because you see Goodyear Ballpark behind us, but on the other side of the camera is an incredible sunset. I just posted a photo at Fox19 Jeremy on X/Twitter if you want to check it out when you're done watching this, of course. But it's been a picture-perfect day in a lot of ways, some clouds, but it's just the weather's beautiful here. It's great to be back at spring training, Joe, and talking about Reds baseball. And it is different this year because there have been so many years where it's like we feel like we're a playoff team, right? That's the wording, and Cincinnati kind of says, okay, we'll see. And yes, they only won 83 games last year, but in year one for Terry, they get there. They have a chance to face the Dodgers and really press the Dodgers a little bit in that series, Joe. And now here we go. Now the expectations are real, I feel like. So when they say they want to advance in the playoffs, when they want to win a championship, you know, it's not all just puffing stuff on day one, right? There's actual belief around it. I think that tone is nice this spring, Joe. Certainly different. And hearing Gino talk about it, you believe it a bit.
I think the word is credibility.
Yeah.
They have credibility now. They did it last year. Now you see this team. You see the roster. This, to me, looks like a playoff roster. Mm-hmm. This, to me, looks like a possible division-winning roster. This looks like a roster, if they get the right draw, they could win a playoff series. Yeah. Now, I know everybody's judging everyone else against the LA Dodgers. That seems kind of unfair, but this does, from the top to bottom, hitting, pitching, bullpen, look like a playoff roster. Okay, we will do this again on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Same time, same place, talking Reds baseball here at spring training. You'll also see us tonight, 10 and 11, right here on Fox 19 Now. We'll be talking about TJ Friedl. We'll be talking about the Cincinnati Red, who wants to win Rookie of the Year. And tomorrow we'll be talking to some more big-name players. So follow us here, follow us on the main channel, and all of our social media channels as we continue to cover the Cincinnati Reds at spring training. For Jeremy Rao, I'm Joe Daneman. Thanks for watching Cincinnati Sports Show live at Red Spring Training.